Meanwhile, folks, I've been also very busy forcing everyone to work on the show this weekend. It just occurred to me at one point, I think it was maybe Friday, well, technically Saturday morning at about 2:30. I had taken way too many Seder gummies and had been drinking. And so I required everyone on the show to send me emails by 5 p.m. today to justify their jobs. What have you been doing? What have you been doing? I wasn't here the past week. I'd like to know exactly what it is you did. And coincidentally, that's also what happened with our federal government. I mean, honestly, if I had just told you that I did that, I would hope everybody in this audience would react with, man, what a total dick.
I think, yeah, as opposed to, oh, wow, they're getting efficient over there. I'm ready to start subscribing now.
Yeah, exactly. Now I realize that my subscription dollars will be stretched even further. Here is Donald Trump on Saturday tweeting out. Now, look, I don't want to get too deep into the psychology of Donald Trump's relationship with Elon Musk. All you need to know, and this should have been obvious from the beginning, when Musk says anybody in the House or the Senate who goes against what Donald Trump wants is going to get a well-funded primary challenge. Once you realize that Elon Musk was willing to open his coffers to benefit Donald Trump, there is no amount of personality issues that are going to drive these two apart. They have completely aligned incentive structure. And so Donald Trump going out there, he still probably has a little bit of psychological issues associated with this, but this is the way he deals with it. Elon's doing a great job, but I want to make it clear I'm boss, so I would like to see him get more aggressive. Remember, we have a country to save, but ultimately to make greater than ever before, MAGA. MAGA, I guess. Boot MAGA is what the new term is, boot MAGA. But MAGA, I guess.
5 a.m.
And then, by, within a couple hours later, Elon Musk comes up with the plan. Here he is, consistent with President Trump's instructions. All federal employees will shortly receive an email requesting to understand what they've got done last week. Failure to respond will be taken as a resignation. Now, putting aside the sort of the legal issues associated with that, I would imagine a lot of people last week were just dealing with the complete uncertainty of whether they have a budget, what they're allowed to do, what they're not allowed to do, et cetera, et cetera. So, and some agencies are balking at it. Some agencies are, leaders are saying, yes, all hail President Trump and his Vice Chancellor Musk. Now, people have to send an email, and I just want to do this as a public service, okay? People have to send the email to hr@opm.gov. And can we go back to Musk's original tweet for a second? All federal employees. Look, you folks aren't all federal employees, but you can set an example for what federal employees should do. Freedom's not free. If we want our federal government to work efficiently, we all have to account.
Yeah, be the change you want to see in the federal government.
100%. And if you want to show MAGA, if you want to make America great again, you got to do something like this too. So we've Bradley's given you the email address. It is, I wish we could get that a little bit bigger.
I'll make it bigger.
hr@opm.gov. Now, here's an example of something that I've written up, but how did I write this up? Sam, how did you manage to figure this out? Like, do you have training in this type of thing? And I don't. I'm not going to pretend like I do. But what I do have is ChatGPT. And so I asked ChatGPT, I asked it if, if I wanted to write an email to the OPM based upon this Musk thing, they said there's a couple of things that you could do. And I may have added if it was going to be as annoying as possible. One, make it extremely long-winded, use excessive detail, irrelevant anecdotes, and over-explanation, include unnecessary jargon, use technical terms, bureaucratic language, and acronyms that they may not recognize, ask redundant and confusing questions, use formatting cases, mix fonts, bold colors, and italics inconsistently. We get a lot of that, actually, to the show. You can do this with ChatGPT. They will actually write one. You can say, Elon Musk has asked the federal workers to justify what they did this week. If I wanted to write an annoying version of that email, what would it look like? And they'll write it up for you. I had written my own freehand, not as good maybe as the ChatGPT, but so this is what I did. I just put them like days, and then I ran out of interest after like Monday. But Monday, rid office of all DEI coffee and pastry, which means only American coffee in the office, and ripped a croissant out of a coworker's hand. Tuesday, kept my ears open, looking for people using DEI language, and formulated a list of people in office who use the letters DEI, more often than others, or in a suspicious manner, or suspiciously often. For example, we have a plastic container with pencil pretzels. I think everybody knows what those like, the really narrow pencil pretzels. Not sure that's authorized because you don't know if it's authorized these days. Often people don't screw on the lid tightly enough. Then people grab for it, the lid flies off, and pretzels will spray everywhere. So a certain coworker, I have obviously deleted the name of the coworker here in this email for this audience, but you can name a coworker, or you can come up with or you can just call him coworker, has a strange reaction where one would normally say this darn thing keeps flipping open. This person wrote, or I should said, but this darned thing. Why use two D's? Then follow it up with every I'm. The coworker seemed to drop the T. So in other words, but this darned thing, every I'm. This coworker is not British, yet they drop the T. Darned. D. Highlight that. Every. E. I'm. DEI. Anyways, I will continue to observe this person. Wednesday, tweeted outlandish conspiracy theories. Let's see what else. Made a spreadsheet of all actions taken Tuesday described above. Thursday, changed all screensavers in the office to the word MAGA. And Friday, took a personal day. Now, you can write your own email, but the point is, if you want to show solidarity with federal workers or show solidarity with Doge, it works both ways. You should do this. HR@opm.gov, what I did last week. And you should start it by saying, in support of what Doge is doing. I stand with Doge and want you to know what I did last week.
And I would like a promotion for supporting the Doge mission over.
Well, you don't want a promotion because they're firing. People understand this.
Promotion isn't like I don't get fired.
No. All the probationary workers in the federal government are being fired. That includes people who have worked there for years, but just recently got a promotion. So if you're in a new job, you're going to get fired. And of course, all the new initiatives, that's why at the FDA, a lot of the medical device stuff, safety is gone now because they hired a bunch of AI experts to dig into what medical devices are doing, and they all got fired. They were obviously the most recently hired because it's a new thing. So innovation will actually cost you your job in the federal government now. You see how effed up this is? We've got a lot of other footage we'll play during the fun half of the program of people who are finding out how screwed they are. Whether they worked for the federal government, thought Donald Trump was a businessman going to come in and create efficiency, or whether they, I don't know, own a family farm. 1/20th, more than 1/20th of the U.S. aid budget annually paid U.S. farmers. Bought food off them. Never mind all the sort of USDA cuts and whatnot. If you think this is about efficiency, you are not paying the slightest bit of attention. This is about destruction of the administrative state. When Elon Musk takes a chainsaw and goes to CPAC, he's not talking efficiency. He's talking about the destruction of the administrative state.
I like the Republicans that when they get one of their toes stepped on with this saying, oh, I actually think it might be better to go in with a scalpel.
Yeah.
Like there's no scalpel here.
There's no scalpel. Of course not. Hey, folks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and check out our daily show. We do it every day at 12 p.m. Eastern for about 2.5 hours. We even take phone calls. You should check that out.